I'll show you a bit of what it's like to see Hubbard Glacier during an Alaska cruise from Cunard's Queen Elizabeth cruise ship. Now coming up are views I saw on Hubbard Glacier Scenic Cruising Day. This includes views on the way to Hubbard Glacier as well as Hubbard Glacier itself. You'll also see where the public viewing areas are on the cruise ship. For views, I went to decks 3, 5, 6, 9, and 10, although most of my time at Hubbard Glacier was spent on decks 5 and 6 at the front of the ship. To start off the scenic cruising day, I walked around deck 3 as we were on our way to Hubbard Glacier. This is walking deck 3 towards the back of the ship. Now approaching the back of the ship. More of deck 3. The little boat you see there is the Hubbard Glacier Wilderness Excursion boat that's coming to pick people up, and I'm on deck 5 here, front of the ship. Back to deck 3, that's the Wilderness Excursion boat that's just left after picking people up from the cruise ship. Now still on deck 3, we're starting to see some chunks of ice in the water. Now this is back to deck 5. Back to deck 3. Here on deck 3, you can start to see Hubbard Glacier off in the distance, and also a lot of ice in the water in front of the glacier. Deck 3 towards the front of the ship, you can really see a lot of ice now. deck 3 towards the front of the ship. So much ice. Back to deck 5. And that's Hubbard Glacier. Now the cruise ship spends some time at Hubbard Glacier, and there's the wilderness excursion boat there. Now here's deck 6, front of the ship. So these viewing areas at the front of the ship on decks 5 and 6 are typically crew-only areas. But on Hubbard Glacier Day, they opened it up to guests. During the time the cruise ship was in front of Hubbard Glacier, I spent most of my time on decks 5 and 6. The cruise ship is starting to turn around.
Yes, that's what you told us. Yeah, that's what we said. Oh, turning back. We can go back to it.
After the cruise ship started sailing away from Hubbard Glacier, I finally made it up to deck 10, which I got to from the Lido deck, deck 9. Still on deck 10, I'm now heading to the back of the ship. I'm still on deck 10, but here's a view of the Lido deck, deck 9, and Hubbard Glacier. Still deck 10, there's another cruise ship there. Deck 9, back of the ship, sailing away from Hubbard Glacier. View from deck 9, the wilderness boat excursion returning to the cruise ship. Now deck 3. There's the wilderness excursion boat alongside the cruise ship.